evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing good. I hope you're all doing great, actually. We are about to have a good stream today. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are too. I am very, very happy to be back with Planet Coaster 2. And I do hope that in the midst of the crazy kind of, fun you had, that we, with Planet Zoo 2 that is, hopefully we can have some good fun today as well. That would be absolutely lovely. That would be more than lovely, and I am absolutely, oh my god, you guys, oh, you're still seeing the countdown. I was like, what's going on in the chat? You're still seeing the freaking countdown. That's all good, all fun and games. Oh, by the way, why did I just do this? There you go, that's the game. Yeah, what are we up to today? I am going to build, at least start building, the station for the wing coaster, and you guys have actually been giving me all the all the news, all the stuff that I need to do. You guys gave me the instruction what we have to do. So it's a water feature. I haven't done this water feature yet, but we'll build this one. But the station has to do something with wood and so on, and the whole storyline is around like a foresty theme. So we are building something really cool today. I guess a station I've never really done in that sense, but it's going to be really, really damn cool. I'm going to give you an outline just at the beginning, but let me just read out a couple of people who are in chat and say hello to you guys, all you guys, not all of you, maybe most of you. Let's have a little looky look. So who is in already? Elephant Puppet, Jinitha, Major Puri, Ice Cream Man, Baby Monsty, Cowgirl Katium, that is, Mr. Kane, good evening to you as well. Cowgirl Katie also on YouTube, very nice indeed. I have got Leon, I5K2G, quite a couple of times in chat, and that's about Mickey, I can see Mickey as well, and everyone else who's here, just hands up, let's have some fun. I am aware that a Planet Coaster 2 stream is about half as exciting for the people as Zoo, or at least like I did. Okay, here's the thing, I did check the analytics of streams lately, just to see where we've been, and oh boy, I have not noticed that the last streams were so busy. We've been constantly over 100 viewers on YouTube, but the watch along was 1,200 people watching. Like, what the heck? That was crazy. PC2, Planet Zoo 2, of course, Planet Zoo 2. Lee, good evening. Chief Leaf, Ben the Futurama, good evening. I do hope you guys still have a lot of fun with Planet Coaster 2. I certainly do have. I'm a Goron stream OG. From just Goron, that is so cool. Okay, so here's the thing, what we are going to do today, and you guys should have seen it because I have done already the kind of concept work for these. Do I still have the concepts for that, by the way? So I can put them on screen, actually. Wait, where have I concept? Did I call them concept? That would be very. Nah, that's not. Maybe station. Oh yeah, I did call that station. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good. Look at that. This is basically what we're doing today. Okay, it's kind of a mediocre scribble, but I guess you get the idea. So let me just realign that. So next to it over here. Also, Livy, good evening. What are we going to do today? I'll have a drink. Have a drink. Oh, I can't see this in this chat. You guys have to tell me if you redeemed. If you redeemed. That's right. The points for drinking, I cannot see. I still don't know how I get this on screen. I would need to get this alert somewhere on screen, and it should be right above me, and I have no idea why it doesn't do it, because I did double check at the beginning how it goes, but yeah. So yeah, so you see that there's a follow in. So first of all, thank you for the TJ_digital for the follow. Lucky Booty, Jeremy, what's that? Jeremy Fragrance? Is that please do tell me that is a link to Jeremy Fragrance. That would be so fun. On Castle Lynchen from last time around. Redemption. The parade isn't, and what's about the parade announcement? I can't wait for it. It is what is it, 12? We can wait 6 more days. Oh my god. So yeah, that drawing is okay. It just I want to do this way more often. We will do this a lot more often for Planet Zoo 2. I will draw out a couple of habitats even before we have the game. But what we're going to do is we kind of create like a huge I can show you in game. We're going to create like a huge, big old fake stamp. You know, Jeremy Fragrance is the goat. Please don't tell me. I hope you do say that on a fun level. You know, on a fun level, because then I do a line. But it may be that the alert is set under your game capture in OBS. Nah, it's not. The game capture is definitely the lowest I have. The problem is that not all alerts do go into the alert box. In fact, I should double check. Okay, give me a second, guys. I'm going to log into Streamlabs. I'm also wondering if I can't do this via Lumia. And then, wait, hold on. I've got the Twitch and I have the Tidbits gift goal. Oh my god. What the heck? Raid out session stream. What timeout, subscribers, stream live. There's like so much I can check at here. So ad started, ad stopped. Okay, that's good to know. Channel join, channel leave, charity tip. What is that? Is that points redemption that needs to be, right? Goal, follow up, hype train, poll ended, power up points, prediction ended, raid out. I need that. I just need that monitor up there, and I will have both chats next to each other, and things will be good. That will be it. But anyways, if I go to Streamlabs, I should be able to find. Why am I not logged in even? Blah 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 blah. Okay, I'm in. Okay, so let's have a look. I'm going to go to alerts, and then let's see. This is the alert box I have. Well, see, there's again stuff blinking, and I've got no idea what that is. That the I think it's okay. Let's have a look. Preview. This is Cav is following. Okay, that is fine. But how do I set? Freaking just leave me. I don't want to be. Okay, so it has. Follow bits per. Okay, okay. It does not even have all the stuff. This is why. Okay, can I somehow have something else on Twitch? Back to dashboard. Let's have a look. Maybe I can go to all of them. Let's see. Points. Maybe is that points? Channel points. Maybe it's called channel points. Membership management. No, I can't do this. Rudy is definitely the Dire Sauvage type of dude. Dire Sauvage? What? Dior. This is you may not send. What's the theme of this coast area? It's like wooden, kind of fairy. You know, it does actually fit. Let me just show you in the park. Actually, okay. I can't find out how I can see this in chat. Maybe it's a setting I need to do here. Blah blah appearance, compact mode, show blub, blub 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 blub. Okay, I can't really tell what that is, but like my account analytics notifications, I do not read. I can't really blah blah blah. Okay, I think I have to somehow just get the back to chat. I think I just have to somehow see the because I mentioned, Jerry, yeah, your favorite scent. Oh, that's actually easy. I have a favorite scent, and that is Hermès Terre d'Homme. That is my absolute favorite. I've had that quite a lot. I just briefly switched to something else, but it is Hermès. It's very good. It's very good. I like it. Hermès Terre d'Homme is quite... which basically means Earth of Man. Is that the thing? Anyways... So let's have a look that we can just show you what I have in mind. So basically, this is what the park looks like right now. Okay. So I have to, you know what we could do before I even start streaming or recording, I should say, streaming. We can actually change something right away because this park has a major flaw, and let's actually. You know what? That is a good idea. Let's discuss the major flaw of my park. So I'm going to just quickly show you, because this area over here, and we're going to do this without me recording. I have to do this. Hi, made it to my first live stream. Yay, Luke. That's good. I think you need to bribe brother to fix your stream as does with their computer. To be fair, yeah, that's true. But my brother lately has actually not been here too often. I've done everything myself, and I'm going to be blankly honest with you. Mostly thanks to my lovely friend Claude, the Claude bot. I switched from Gemini and ChatGPT. Basically, ChatGPT I didn't use ever after their announcement of collaborating with the military. So then when I used Gemini, it was fairly okay, but it never did exactly what I needed. But to be honest, with Claude, I basically fixed all of my issues, which was kind of crazy, and in a matter of time that I was really impressed by. So yeah, it's been kind of creepy almost, like how easy that was, and I don't pay for that service, so it was all like with the normal tokens I had. So yeah, there's a lot of easy, so and it has a surprising amount of like knowledge about streaming stuff and so on. That, I mean, maybe that's because of Reddit. I think most of this is just because of Reddit. Like it's pure Reddit vibe. Anyways, okay, so what's the flaw? What's the flaw I'm talking about? Now, if we would talk about what's the new DLC? Well, the only thing we know is it's gonna be something around parades. So whatever. My guess was it's gonna be like a Main Street DLC, or it's, I don't know, maybe I don't know, yeah, Main Street or old street, vintage would also be pretty okay. You've done everything yourself with AI, really, it shows. I mean, to be fair, the way I work with AI is I don't let AI fix it. I do let AI explain it to me so I can do it again on my own. And I think that's a big difference. That's actually a fair big difference. I could have easily used it to fix it for me, but you have an arcade. Of course we do have an arcade. Let's go into our arcade. It's right over here. There is our arcade. Woo! Look at that one. This is a kind of good little, it's like a tiny one, because we will eventually have a restaurant over here that is just prepared. I will put it in, but we do already have like a fake background area for the restaurant. Yeah, I tried to kind of get this thing involved as in a kitchen as best as I could, but there is a couple of things still missing, and that then just lends us over into that one. What ride would I love to see in the DLC? I mean, apart from parades, yeah, I'm still, obviously, when we're over here, I do still need my suspended dark ride. I would love to see my suspended dark ride. I just have the feeling it doesn't fit the theme we are getting. So, but I would love to see it. I would love to see it. Yeah, then I think the one that everyone wants is the correct single rail, like the Raptor and not the T-Rex. I mean, we again have the T-Rex in here, and I would love to see the Raptor, RMC Raptor. But other than that, I'm not too much into coasters. Like, I have a lot of coasters I like in real life that are in the game. Obviously, a flying launched coaster, a launched flying coaster, that way around, or to receive a... No, I think the Vekoma flying coaster, basically fly, would be 100% what I want. And as for flat rides, I have no idea how they're all called, but I would love to just have small flat rides. That's all I'm asking for. Mostly small flat rides. We had gigantic flat rides now. That's about enough. And now, what about small ones? Okay, I hope the Vista points come back. Oh yeah, that would be so cool. Vista points were so really good. I mean, I wish they fixed the game in the way that we didn't need them, but we still need them, so bring them back, I guess. I hope the Stank, the DLC PC, what is it, big Stank? What does Stank mean in this context? L Black. Stank DLC PC to a big Stank. What does it mean in this context? Do you think they'll ever change the weather system or add new management features? I feel like those systems still feel halfway. Like, okay, so there's one big thing I want to say, and this is the confirmation they have a strong roadmap. Is that reading out thing again? But I'm still wrapping my head around what I'm saying. Like, I guess I don't know the word that I would be saying out loud. Yeah, I guess, but I'm trying to find out what the word is I'm saying out loud then. Maybe I don't even know it. whatever. I do like to answer that one before, because that was a good one from Luke. That's a very good question, because my feeling is, because of that annual report, seeing Frontiers doing so well financially, I guess, yes, we will see a lot of these changes, because seeing how Planet Coaster 2 has actually made money, I'm shocked. Okay, have you seen this, guys? Maybe I can pull this up. Wait, I think I have still the data for that. Do I still have the data? Where is it? Did I still download that? I think I didn't. Oh, where did I save this? On the desktop, maybe? No, I didn't. Oh, I don't know where I put this. But what's really important to note is that Frontier is making money quite a lot, and Planet Coaster actually caught up significantly. So they just started to match the curve of Planet Zoo even, which is pretty impressive. And considering the fact they make money, and that with less DLCs than planned, is really, really good. So that is what I know, by the way. Oh, he knows something. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I need it in my life. I finally need it. I was actually hoping to not stream today, because I actually would know something, but I don't. So yeah, knowing that they made money, guys, I just hope that with Planet Zoo 2, they will bring a lot of things to Planet Coaster 2. They're just waiting to give the chance to Zoo to shine, the moment of the moment in the sun, and afterwards they will bring over some stuff from Zoo to Coaster. I really hope that they will do this. I told them, I wrote an email to them telling them, so hopefully they do. Anyways, what I was going to do, and because this is a little cozy stream of not that too many people, let's actually try to do something. So I'm gonna get rid of these trees over here. I'm basically just Alpha Hirsch, thank you for the follow, welcome on in. Oh, by the way, in case you are into emotes, I have actually gotten you guys a lot more emotes if you become member on YouTube. There are 2 new things. We have 3 new emotes, very cool ones, by the way, and there is a new tier. There is a support Rudy tier, which is way too expensive if you don't want to throw away money, but because people have asked me if there is a better way to support me directly, and I'm not willing to go to Patreon or whatever, I created that nonsense, weird, more expensive membership role. In case you want to do that, you are absolutely welcome. You don't need to, but because people asked me, I created that. You basically don't have any more advantages than all the other tiers, because I will not do this. I am still holding on to my very own ideology to say I don't want to create like random tiers and groups. Like, I don't want to, like, either you want to support me and every single bit is valued or not. That's the differentiation, and you get some little bits, but the amount is up to what you can actually do, and this is how I will always treat it, just so you know. Okay, so what's with Thursday? Next Thursday is the 18th. That's where we get the official announcement of the next DLC. We do know that it has to do something with parades, but $100? Nah, it's 25, isn't it? Exactly. So, also Dome Poem, good evening to you as well. Hello. Baby Monsty, hello. Thank you also for the follow, Dome Poem. We are going to do a fix. Okay, so I will read chat in a bit again, but I will show you my biggest failure of this park. Now, let's go all the way up into the sky. So I have a couple of issues with this park. Number one is that the base map was intentionally a little bit more different, and we have kind of a very, very, very good initial area that looks very theme park-ish. We have a nice backstage area. We have a very cozy area to meander in over here. Very nice. And then that little transition into our Googie Town is also fine. It's all good, It's not too big, but it's also not too narrow, because people will eventually already walk quite a bit, and they have the chance to spread out. That's all good. And this is also not the central spline of the park. I will do some other stuff here eventually, like a bit of forest mythology kind of things. That's all good. Then if we tilt to the right hand side, everything up until this little bridge over here is absolutely fantastic as well. But then this little bridge over here obviously is quite the narrow bottleneck. So if it's very busy and a lot of people have to meander over here, it's still doable, because after that one, it's widened up again quite a bit. But the main central spine of the park, like the main road that you would need to go to some very prominent and good coasters, and you know, this is what we're building on today. It would be a rather popular ride in the park, and I'm planning to add another coaster in somewhere in this region over here. This area over here is just nonsense. This is so bad. Like, honestly, I don't even know what I did in the past. Like, this is really not good at all, and we're going to fix this right now. I do remember that I had issues with getting the path in correctly here, due to the fact we didn't have like actual conforming to the terrain and stuff as a pathway. So what we're doing instead is we're doing this today by using the draw tool, and we're going to use the conforming one, and I think this will hopefully help us out quite a bit. So what I'm envisioning over here is to build a pathway that makes use of this area here as best as it can, and also we can just make this whole area a lot wider, because just up until over here it is way too narrow. And I do hope that I can do this now with the conforming feature. I actually hope that this is gonna work, and we're going to make this look kind of okay. So let's just straighten that up, and then we are going to see if that is working. Oh god, it's too steep, right? Is that too steep? Okay, we gotta figure out that a little smaller, I guess. I guess you were planned ahead of building on vibes. Well, I never said that this park is a pre-planned park, so that is totally fine. But in fact, you're right, Kane. You know, I should have definitely planned that out better. I give you that. Intersecting terrain. Okay. So how about automatic then? This is what I meant. I had terrible issues here the last time when I tried this as well. So you will need to live through this with me now. Okay, this still doesn't work. What I can do though is, let's see. Okay, this is obviously a problem over here. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna flatten that out first. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal, right? Gonna flatten all of that out over here, and let's have a look. Okay, so this is. What we could do is we can just try to kind of find a good middle ground here. So about that should be fine. And let's see if I don't create too much of a thing here. And now we should do that with smoothing. Let's just actually get that a little bigger and then smooth it all out a little. Hopefully this will do it. What was that again? I got this freaking access violation freaking problem all the time, and I don't really know what it is. I don't really. What is also it's the first time in weeks that we stream Planet Coaster, and the chat after, what is that, 28 minutes, the chat is dead. Like, guys, I appreciate every single one of you sitting with me in this stream. I do appreciate the whole hype around Planet Zoo 2, but let me tell you, it is devastating to see. It is really devastating to see how little the interest is on Planet Zoo 2. Honestly, it's just beyond me how. I mean, it's Friday evening. It's not in the week. It's Friday evening, and it's like literally no one is watching. That is ridiculous. And I really, oh, look at that, it finally worked. I really do hope that the next DLC is doing something with this. I'm not sure if there's any way to fix it. I have the feeling it's done and dusted and there's no way to fix it. I hope it's gonna be proving me wrong, but I have the feeling it's about done. Yeah, and that's nothing to do with you guys. I understand. A lot of people have lost faith in Frontier for Planet Coaster 2, which I can understand. If that's the case, I can absolutely understand why that is. So, no no kind of criticism towards you guys or whatever, because I can absolutely understand that. But equally, it just makes me really, really sad. But yeah, good morning, ice cream man, whatever. Yes, please, you gave me less of a headache, and then be the one gave a headache. This sounds like the town I live in. A lot of small roads, cute town, but completely overgrown. Yeah. Yeah, that is always the case. So look at that, we fixed that, and now we can finally build out the road here as I wanted to. Just double tap so I have the good one. So let's see if I can bring this together now. That should work, and I feel like we can bring this actually in here. Why not? This should be about right, and now that should work. Come on. Yeah, look at that. With all the criticism in mind, guys, there is a lot of criticism that is justified for stuff like that. But the pathing tool in this game, and in case if you're only watching this to see what you're getting in Planet Zoo 2, have you seen that? This is incredible. This is incredible. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. That makes I'm watching you while playing Planet Zoo. Well, that's fine, though. That is fine. When a game dies on launch, it's hard to revive the hype, no matter how much work goes into rebuilding the game. Yeah, and the problem is Planet Coaster 2 is so good by now. It is so freaking adorable. It is good. It's working. And at the moment, I'm doing a German series. I'm not sure if you guys have seen. I am building a series. I'm doing a series in which I'm building a challenge map, or a franchise map it is, and I'm playing with the complete management on, and I am a little bit like, how many episodes I'm in? I think I'm about 5 episodes in or so, like 5 hours already, or like, let's say 4 hours have gone into it, and honestly, I'm kind of shocked. Because how many people have been shitting on the management and on the game that there would be so many bugs and it wasn't working. I have not had a single bug in these 5 hours. The park is thriving. It's super enjoyable. It is a lot of fun. And I'm really not sure. The only thing I can see is that it's a little bit too simple. It's a little bit too easy, let's face it. They should definitely make the game a little bit more harder. But other than that, it's a lot of fun, and it's working. You're gonna have to work for a couple of guests to come into your park. It's all good. It's not too easy. I genuinely don't really understand where all this crazy criticism for the management comes from. Like, do people expect a Factorio kind of difficulty? What is exactly the problem? This is really my question. What exactly is the problem of people? Do they have so many? I mean, I know that the Planet game is a very individual game, that has... You have 4 videos, I'm waiting for part 5. Okay, 4 it is. Yeah, and apart from one coaster issue I had, that was my own stupidity. That was not the game's fault, because I double-checked, and in fact, RMC coasters can really not go beyond 85 degrees on a rotation in that sense. And that it's just the way I build. It's not a problem of the game. Other than that, I didn't have a single issue. That was really good. There will be no special content for members, but there will be special content for Germans. That's like how the world is. No, actually, this is obviously becoming a bit... I think... I mean, I know that you're joking, Kane, but just to be true... There has not been a single video that either or have exclusively. I bring content to... I mean, obviously, the main channel has some exclusive stuff that is not German. But the German channel, everything I do for or on the German channel somehow comes to the main channel as well. And exactly what I was just saying is that this management test is actually also done with a kind of... review video I'm planning for the main channel. So that was always the intention, to have the main channel have a video like, it might actually be something I played 20 hours of management and it's actually not that bad. So this is kind of the idea in mind I had with it, which is going to work out incredibly well, I gotta say. If it's actually parades, it will bring people back. Everyone wanted that for so long. Luke, I mean, we know it is kind of parades. They almost kind of confirmed that must be parades because it literally said that on the screen. That would be the weirdest move of Frontier ever if if they just almost like said it and then you don't get in. That would be so odd if they were doing like a like this showcase on there and then it's just like we faked it. That would be very, very stupid. Imagine they would do that. That would be so wild. Like have a poster in-game say parades and then just completely ignore it and bring out a whatever spooky DLC in summer. Even though people would still like the spooky DLC, I know that. Spooky is still high up the ranks of people, which I do certainly understand, but then again, I loved sorcery quite a bit, and I do say with a bit of patience and a bit of building, you will definitely be able to build something really spooky with the sorcery pack too. So I'm not really like, I'm a little bit split on it. I really like that German videos are still interesting to watch after already watching the English ones. Yeah, I will say I'm trying my best to give you guys all a reason to watch it. If I were a full-time creator, I would absolutely, Joris, good evening. I would absolutely do more. I would love to do more. I have still a lot of ideas. I would love to stream in German eventually. But the thing is, there is literally no time for it. I am not a full-time content creator. In fact, I have a full-time job, which, for those of you who know advertising agencies, most likely is not only the hours written into my contract, it's most likely more than that. And so, that always means more work than potentially other jobs would offer, or what I mean, not offer is the wrong word. Demand is more likely the right word for that. So yeah. So have you ever had lightning strike on your rides during the management run through? I didn't have a thunderstorm yet, so that is why. Yeah, advertisement. Oh, is there again the ad on Twitch? Honestly, with that many people subbing lately on Twitch, I may actually deactivate the freaking ads again. It was more like a test run. It's kind of a nice little income, but it's not as much as it... Like, one sub more would actually be enough to get rid of them. I think that's what we do. I think that's what we... If I can maintain the amount of subs right now, I will actually get rid of this again. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't need to do that anymore. And if they are so annoying, and it seems like, even though I put them to the lowest, yeah, I will do this. Rosy roses. I kind of like this rose bush so much because it's just such a nice grass texture. It's like one of the nicest leaf textures we have in the game, so that is why I'm like always using that one. And it does also have like a nice little blooming color on these ones, so I'm just like putting these in. It's a kind of cute little planter over here. It's like kind of nice little touch here. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just felt like I need to put a couple of things in. Let's see if we can have some. Ooh, are you that big? Oh, you're that big. Ooh. Okay, well, you are not that big, are you? Okay, we can still put that in. That's still fine. And let's just plant a little one here. I thought it was smaller. Whatever. Anyway, do you think it will be just a DLC or will it be an expansion pack? Since they more expansion packs and with a lot of DLCs to bring. I'm hoping for an expansion, but I don't think so. Maybe for the future. I just don't think they have had the time or the capacity to do it right now. I think the reason why they waited longer, and they did quite a massive free update with the arcades and so on. So I don't think so, but I do hope it's going to be a packed DLC. Hello, first time here. Discovered you through YouTube. Love your way you build your zoos and parks. Learned a lot. It's a true craft. Thank you so much. Guccio_N. Is that how you say that? Or is it Guccio or Guccio? I don't know. But anyways, welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoy Coaster as well if you found me via Zoo. But now we're here for the Coaster. Wait, so June 3rd, they'll announce it and then they will come out? Well, I mean, the announcement is on the 18th and we all know that it's not the day where it launches, you know. Are your German videos CC in English? I'd be interested in watching. They sound interesting, but I can't speak German. There should be an auto CC, and yes, you can absolutely do it. And English is pretty, like German and English, they are very much well translated by the whatever system YouTube is using. So you can absolutely do this. What is this juniper bush, by the way, over here? I don't even know that looks... Does it look good? It just gives a bit of a different touch here. So let's just use that one a bit here. Hey Rudy, how are you? Gorgon Gaming, I'm doing good. Also, I just want to mention, I am a huge football fan, but oh my word, am I not interested in that World Cup, which obviously has to do with that corrupt freaking FIFA and with well, one of the three countries it's hosted in, I'm sorry, Kane and others, but like with that orange bubble head being your leader right now, I am, yeah. And then the way they're doing the prices, not whatever. It's nah. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I will eventually watch some German games. It's not like I'm not watching at all, but oh god, I'm so not into it. I'm also willing to put some, maybe like a restaurant or maybe like a Vista Point or whatever here, like a Vista Point, not in the actual Vista Point, but like a yeah, what is that? Like this over here is a Vista Point, you know? And that would also be a nice Vista Point over here. Getting a little bit higher up and then have some cool views over here. Could put like a little bit of a seat here and then see that. I don't know. Nah, fuck him in FIFA, yeah. The Juniper is great, but the LOD is weird. The LOD is weird anyway, so whatever. 6 hours? What about 6 hours? That sounds... Oh, also, I can put the headphones on correctly. Why don't I do this? Kane, hey, that sounds like a good tutorial. Have long videos, watch, listen, and one giving us this. Oh yeah, hoping for Vista points. Yeah, we all hope, right? I do hope they bring them back. That would be such a low-hanging fruits. So, May bet is the 25th of the release. It's usually 1 week after announcement. What is the 25th? Is that a Tuesday? Because normally it's a Tuesday. Let me just double check if that is a Tuesday. Because, I mean, Jonathan knows stuff, so... Oh, it's a Thursday. But that also makes sense. It's Tuesday or Thursday, right? 18th to 22nd, or is it 23rd? Yeah, no, 25th makes sense. 25th makes sense. Do you all think there will be new coasters in the next update? Pretty sure. I mean, at least one coaster, I guess, is in. They most likely always have one coaster in. So that is that. Okay, so the first fix is in place, guys. Let's actually do the second fix, because that is the more important one. Because that little bit over there wasn't really doing much. What is doing much is that bit over here. And we do have to open up this mountain here quite significantly. And to be fair, this is actually a very good thing, because what I figured I want to do over here is I want to do a little kind of monastery up here. I'm not sure if someone already did one, but oops, there's a bit of something. But what I wanted to do is, and we just can kind of paint this in. I'm almost like tempted to put some, like a water ditch down here, almost like as if this water is being continued over. So, Asteria, oh my god, hello, good evening. I used to play Roller Coaster Tycoon. This game looks amazing. So did you never play this one, Aflishi? Like, did you not play Planet Coaster 2? I actually hope they give us Dark Ride instead of coasters this time. Yeah, please, as I said, suspended Dark Ride would be my absolute crazy wish. So that is the level of water is in. We can't get higher with this water level, but we could try to just get like a little ditch in here, as if this is going to be... Let's see where the water level would go. Also, why is this... Oh. Wait, is this part of the other water? Wait, hold on. Is this... Oh. Oh. Well, nah. So, I guess in order to keep that water in, we would need to do something like that, right? And then smooth it out here. Can I get water in here? That would be as low than that. I mean, that's okay. That's okay. We could still work with this. This is fine. I could still kind of try to get that ditch kind of in here. I feel like this is a good idea to do anyways. So also, how's my mod application going? Or I haven't, to be honest, I haven't had time to go into that. So I'm very sorry. I just didn't have the time because of all that Planet Zoo 2 hype kind of stuff and so on, you know. Can't just override it. Okay, that's fine. Secret Underground late. Yeah, I think it's just because me being lazy to not make that correct down here with the terraforming. So I will actually keep it that way. And I will just, like, we will have that little ditch over here. That is fine. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to clean the edge here a little, because that looked a little odd to me. So let's do it that way. Because my idea is to put like a monastery of some sort of, I think a monastery would fit this region so well, and it would round up the whole area. I mean, the thing is, I never wanted to have more than one big weenie, and that is definitely our little kind of hospital slash university building here in the middle. And then if there would be a monastery off to the side over here, it's not getting in the way, so it wouldn't take away from the main viewing spot, other than obviously that little church tower over here. So that is that. We're just gonna. What is going on with you guys, by the way? Why you're all stuck in here? Oh, because I terribly worked with the path. Okay. It's a big weenie, Gorgon Gaming. Do you not know about the weenie? I think there is someone not educated about the weenie situation. A weenie is, and it's actually a very well-known real theme park term. A weenie is a dedicated building, structure, nature, whatever, that draws your attention. So it kind of does what it does in terms of its literal meaning, but it exactly does this. It is the building that draws your attention, and Disney is very well known for it. Obviously, the Disney Castle is a weenie, Big Thunder Mountain is a weenie, Space Mountain is a weenie, the Tower of Terror is a weenie. If you go to Phantasialand, for example, Mystery Castle is a weenie, the highest drop of Black Mamba is a weenie. Other than Fly doesn't really have one because it's like super enclosed, but like this is basically what they do. Why is it called that? Yeah, there has to be some story behind, but like I don't know the story behind, but I'm assuming that this was some, again, like always, like some weird guys talking about this, and then it just kind of established. I remember that like the one person who established that in our terms is definitely Sylph. Sylph is the one who's been starting with this and has been made fun of quite a bit in the past, but then people just kind of noticed he's not that wrong, and it actually is a well-known term in theme park terms. So yeah, I really do like that. I really do. Is that so low over here that it doesn't? Okay, look at that. It just meets up over here. I just need to kind of make this be smoothed out quite a bit. It's dramatically high up here if we come from here, right? And there's like a okay. I'm willing to sacrifice that a little over here, so that we can still maintain a certain. So we have to just get that a little bit more nicely transitioned over here. So, I mean, what we can definitely do in order to make this look better is we can use the path tool to our advantage. This is definitely what we're going to do. So we're just going to get rid of that bit over here. Everything like that is going to be done and dusted. Let's double tap on that one. And we're going to use the widest, and we're going to use the ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect that. Why is it connecting? Wait, no. Okay, hold on. It should definitely do. If I do normally, yeah, normally it should do this. So why is it not changing the ground then for me? Okay, now that does. Now that did do the trick. Yeah, that's much better. That is much better. So what we are going to do then instead is we're just going to... Can we just have that automatic now? Let's see if it... okay, it still doesn't do. So we are going to get rid of one more area here. One more, two more, whatever. So let's see if we can at least get this around to here. Okay, what about ground? And it does it not do it? Okay, why can I not? Okay, this is pretty odd over here because it's not really. Is it that? No, it's not. It's not that crazy off, is it? I mean, that corner over here is pretty nasty. So maybe we are just going to do this again, with this connection in mind, and we're just going to bring this over. Hold on, what? Wait, I'm just going to do one and then just, yeah, just meander this over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Over here. Hey, what is this? Oh my god. Pathing's still good, I see. It is actually good, but I'm not sure what's going on right over here. I think I did create something weird with the path there. Let me just do this completely different so we have the right motivation. So what should work is if I do it this way, and then we are going to say automatic, and we're just going to bring this down here. Okay, well, almost. Let's see. We can also have it here. Yeah, there you go. There you go. This is what I wanted to have. And how... Okay, I did go a little bit too deep into the terrain. Okay, we're going to fix this myself. I'm going to fix this myself. Damn, I was going to make my mushroom, but it's making me verify as we can't make bother my phone. Oh, is it? I don't know. Okay, music is gone. I wanted to switch the music to Planko music now. It was always meant to be. So let's go into the good old Planet Coaster. You, me, and gravity. I love that so much. So, weird. I wonder how that made the leap from doggy snag. Oh, what? The Walt used the term weenie to describe an intelligent feature that would draw people towards a certain area. He got the term from where his dog allowed. Oh my god, this is where it comes from. Okay, also wait, what's that? Caleb Berkman. There you go. It's a dog story. There you go. I think now also in Israel, thank you for the sub. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. That is very appreciated. Can I now... I'm just gonna do this little bit over here. Okay, so that is not automatic. I wanna stay on ground. It's so odd to me. Normally it does it always. Okay, I think there is something is broken right now. It's broken, like Lando would say. It's broken. What? Is it because of merge? That was the fix? You must be kidding, right? Okay, that wasn't the fix. Huh? I really don't get why it's so freaking annoying right now. I'm just gonna smooth this all out now. And I'm gonna see where the issue is. Okay, okay. I see. This is my problem. This is my little mistake I made over here. Because of the terrain. Okay, so you know what we do? We make our life a little bit more easy here. I'm gonna bring this all over to this point. And then what I'm going to do, I just gonna bring this down here. Yeah, now you go. Okay, so I always blame the game if it's necessary, but this time around it was my mistake because I have that odd underground situation over here of that water bottom, and it couldn't do a terraform over here because of the water below. And that is just my mistake. It's not the game's fault. Okay, well, that is good to know because I was already worried that the pathing all of a sudden shows its ugly side again, but it didn't. Well, there's one more sub. Ads get turned off right now. Right? Oh yeah, right. We can... You know what? We do this right now. We do this. I'm going to turn off ads right now because of whatever. Let's go to creator dashboard, and then we go to monetization, ads, ad manager, ads not scheduled, and that's it. Ads should be off now. Whoa. Okay, so as we have done this, blah 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 blah. Let's see. Okay, you know what we're doing? We use the draw tool to... Okay, this should not work because, yeah, exactly, I see it already. I see the problem. We should just paint that in a little bit so it's not sticking out. Oh, it's a tiny bit sticking out. There you go. Like flatten all of that and then just try to be very careful here to fill in the lines to the side. There you go. Because I still want to get this going here around the side. So let's see if I can do this in small bits first of all. Okay. Let's see conforming. I think conforming could work now. Because then it doesn't have to really terraform, right? Not right. Okay. Maybe I can just first of all build a path out from here. Yeah, I think I have broken it by having the water below. I think this is the main issue because of, yeah, that will be the problem. I have to get rid of the water here. You know what? We're gonna fix this real quick. It should be an easy fix. We should be able to just about flatten to foundation just in the front here, like so, and then we should be doing this. Because that issue will obviously, return all the time, right? So, yeah, see, that's it. That is definitely my problem because of the water below. That was my problem. Because of that lake I created below. For whatever reason, I still really don't know why I did this. It did not make too much sense, did it? Yeah. Yeah. See? No, I was afraid. That is my mistake. It's my problem. My mistake. Exactly, Baby Monsty. This will be the best thing. That will be the most appreciated thing in Planet Zoo 2. So now, we should be able now to bring this all down here a little more. Smooth it all out. And then get the lake sorted again. I could do it that high? Wait, I thought... That is too high, isn't it? It went for a little swim over here. Yeah, climate change, guys. Climate change is not good. Is really not... I'm wondering, like, how did I get this done? Because it's literally putting... I've never seen that working. It just literally put it over path. Like, people could now go literally into the water. That's almost like a natural pool. Oh, wait, isn't that the little trick that Taggy also used? It's kind of fun to see. But I mean, yeah, it does. that is a... Oh my god, look at that. It's going over up until here. We could like literally go into the water and then... Oh my god, it's so dark in here though. Literally can't see anything. Wait, where's this coaster? I can't even see the coaster. I do have the flashlight turn on, turn off. Oh my word, it's so... Look at that. It's like crazy dark in here. And then you get out again. Oh my god. That's actually fun. I mean, it does look summertime seating. Cool off while you eat. I prefer breast meat, but I can see why some find winners. Okay, we're talking about eating now. It's a bit of an odd one. I like this water level almost like better than the other before, but it just doesn't work. So we're gonna find one lower level, right? And this is also, by the way, one thing I definitely need is change the color of the water. I don't know why we didn't get. This is one of these weird decisions to why Frontier wasn't just giving us this feature. Like, it doesn't make any sense to not give us the water coloration feature from Zoo. It just... That is one of the features. Why would you just not give this to people? That was just such a high demand feature that everyone loved, and it just kind of makes sense. I like to eat. Who doesn't? I need snackos also, by the way. Oh, speaking of, very clever of me not to have WhatsApp open. So if my wife is about to go to bed, I would absolutely not see it. Oh. Not a good husband. Also, where's our married wife? Where is Aliyah? Okay, is that because of the water? I think this edge over here is actually too close to that area anyways. So pull that over a little. And then let's try to get a bit of chunk sorted over here. Or is it still because of... I mean, we could just... You know what we do? We're gonna get rid of the water for the moment being. I have a feeling that this might improve the situation here quite a bit. Let's have a look. It would actually be fun if that works now. Is there still? Okay. I think that's what it is. That is what the problem is. So what I have to do is I just have to fill that all in, right? And then we're good to go. Then we are good to go. Look, we're just closing off that issue over here. Oh. This is the perfect thing for a live stream. This is the perfect thing for a live stream. Fixing these kind of things I would never ever do on my own. I would never. Look, we can just So now we can also make that ditch work a little better over here, by the way. We can keep on that little ditch then, because now that should work around the corner. Awesome. I think they can safeguard ray tracing a bit with the weather marking. I obviously would love to see a change with the ray tracing and actually get full ray tracing. It's a shame that Planet Zoo seems to have the same issue. Like, I was so much hoping that Planet Zoo 2 is getting the same lighting as Jurassic World Evolution 3, because then it would just give me hope for this game. Yeah, Jonathan, thank you. But we're still having time, you know, it's all good. That is also true, Kane, because why can you change the watercolor now in the pools, but why can you not do this in the lakes? Also, speaking of lakes, by the way, this is my big wish for after the DLC that is coming. If they don't do it in the next, I mean, it's kind of very unlikely that they do this now with the next upcoming DLC. That would be more of a free update thing, but we would need to have natural pools. Guys, natural pools is... Why do we not have it? I literally don't know. Why can we not build actual pools like lakes and stuff? Why can people not go into lakes? That is legit one of the most important thing that you would need to be like little beaches and stuff. That would be so important. Why is that not possible? 27 likes on the stream. Thank you so much, guys. Woo. Okay, let's have a look if we can already fix that. Conforming could be the thing. Oh, wow. Look how good that works if you don't have a lake below. Like, note to myself, do not have a lake below your path. My god, look how flawless that is. Look at that, guys. This is how easy it could have gone from the beginning. Okay, so one thing I need to fix, obviously, is that area around here. Let's see if that works. I'm certainly sure that this is a little bit asked. Yeah, this is too much. This is too much. But how about ground? And then let's do it this way. Oh, oops. Oops, that's a little bit too much. Okay, well, but this is also really a bit of a painful area over here. Let's just get this sorted. So that should then, now, let's smooth that out a little and then just brush over it briefly. Let's see if that is fixed from this side too. Oh, looks almost good to me. I'm gonna smooth that out a little. Okay, that should do the trick. And then let's see if we can maybe just like, oops, come on. We have to go to conforming still. And then just build in like a little corner around here. That should do the trick. Ooh, almost. We can fix that. We can fix that. It's such a good thing that you're just able to drag these nodes and then sometimes fix it, sometimes not. There you go, fix one. And we're just going to fix that node here too. Whoops. Just drag it over. That's not nice. There you go, that's nice. Oh, look at that. You could never in any other game. Look at, this is actually, that is, honestly, with all the justified criticism, that is a level of pathing on steep edges that we've never really seen before. That is really damn good. What about smoothing that out? And this is also, by the way, smoothing also levels a little bit in between sometimes. Like if you build you know what, I'm just going to show you because that's such a cool little bit, a little feature of the game. Okay, I'm fairly happy with it. I'm fairly happy with the pathway now. It's going to be dressed up eventually. We're not going to do this today, but I'm just going to show you a couple bits here and there. So this one over here also looks crappy crap, but I'm just unsure. Maybe we can just do that already with dragging these things out. Don't need to edit all of it. So there goes that. And then just like so. We should be able to... Oh, that was a bit too much. I asked a little too much. So here we go. And then let's use the rounding tool. Here you go. You've actually already seen that, what I'm just doing. So easy path system. It is easy. It is easy. And I really love it. So, okay, that is done. I'm just going to show you that little bridge thing you can do because it's just too nice. We can actually build that bridge over here. So let's grab a little path over here. And it's so cool. We can just, like, the important bit is we need to have angle snap definitely turned on and build the first thing out. Then we have to just raise it. I mean, at the moment we are on conforming, so we can't do this. So we're going to go to automatic. And then we're just going to raise it to a bit that you like. It doesn't matter. Let's just do it a little steeper. So it's, okay, just about so it's not going to be, a stair. And then next bit, a little lesser, maybe like so. And we could obviously have one straight piece in the middle if we wanted to. Yeah, let's do that. And then we can go in, select these pieces, duplicate them, click them to the next side, so we have them, right? So that's our bridge. If we were to say, you know what, actually, you know what, we would want to have foundations, we can then just quickly add foundations, so it's looking a little bit more stable, you know, that is okay. That's quite okay to us. We like to have it this way. And now, the bridge, for me personally, is a little bit off-center, so we can then just grab the bridge, drag it over a little, so it's a bit more on center, more like that. And now, what is obviously a little annoying is that you have these like very kind of not nicely rounded edges in between, right? It's not like a perfectly round shaped bridge. It is now so easy. You just go to the rounding tool and you go the strengths all the way up, and now you brush over the entire bridge and it's perfectly round. That is like that is the most convenient way of doing it I've ever seen it before. I've never seen it before. This is so good. Look at that perfectly round little bridge. You can almost get these kind of Asian shaped, super round things with it, but it's a little bit too steep then eventually. But that is so freaking cool. You can make these bridges with an ease that is crazy. And what you could also do now is, if you're like happy with that one, you can then just get rid of this side. We've got that little bit here that we will connect to. That is obviously round because we changed it to round. But now what you could do is you could just double tap on that one, and then you could edit this out to the side if you want to make this wider. So like one to the side here, one to that side over here. And let's say you want to make the same down here. I would like now actually bring this one quite a lot more over here, and the same goes to that side. So you let that bridge actually curl out to the outside, and you can see this already made it this side as well. And now brush over again. And now you got that bridge sorted to both sides. It's not perfect, you know. You should have done this in a bit of a nicer way than I did over here. You could fix it now by bringing that bit a little bit more inwards if you want to have it nicer looking, like so. And now you can have the bridge. Grab these things again. Oops, is it not? Why is it not attacking? Oh, I know why. You would actually need to get rid of the stuff on here. Wait. Hold on. Why can I not? Oh, strengths. Sorry. No, wait. How did I get rid of this? There was a way of getting rid of the... There you go. Okay, you gotta go lower. There you have that. And now I should be able to connect again. Let's have a look. It doesn't want to. Why do you not want to? I think you would have needed to be... Okay, that is my mistake. You do need to have both sides. Okay, it's a bit of an odd one. You would need to... I mean, you could still get it done by now manually placing it in the correct position. Oh, yeah, well, I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to show you for the sake of showing you. But that was my mistake. The reason why it's not snapping anymore is because I already used the rounded tool beforehand. But it should still apply over here. There you go. If you put that into the position, it still works. Yeah, Gorgon Gaming, this is how good it is. Now you got that perfect bridge aligned, and now from over here, I do think I'm gonna keep it there for the moment being. It's not even a bad bridge. We could keep it would need to be a little wider though. And I think if we were to make it, oh my god, if we were to make it clever, I think you could, technically, that should work. It almost works, okay? It almost works. There are a couple of little issues here in between, because both sides are not equally perfect. That looks fun, though. I think we could fix that rather... Okay. Yeah, it's not the perfect fix. Also, what I did is I did also do some roofs with it. You can also do roof designs. You know what? We are on stream. We can do this. I'll give you guys a little tutorial here for free. For free. Or you want to subscribe, then it's technically not for free. But to make a roof out of this is relatively easy too. So you got to go to path, and you can create bigger or smaller ones if you wanted to, but it depends on how big the stamp is you're starting with. So we are starting with the smallest stamp, and we are building out a path like this. Keep it tiny, then you can push the road. Yeah, Coaster. Everyone, hey, Road Dashing, good evening, how are you doing? So once you did this, guys, you can then grab this thing and add to this, you know. We could also use the stamp tool to hopefully to our advantage. And why are you not snapping? Have I turned off snapping? Point snapping. And there you go. One. It's a bit of an odd one. Why is it not doing it? Something is odd right now with the grid. It's not really snapping the way it should be. But it doesn't matter, we can... I mean, you could also build this up lower if you wanted to. Can I just do it like so? It doesn't really matter how exactly you do this. We just do it this way around now. It doesn't matter. I just want to show you. So now we created this roster of 6, as you can see, of 9 pieces. So these are the 9 pieces, right? Except you use your prime sub. I mean, well, true. Then it's a win-win for every one of us. So this is the 9 pieces you have. What you got to do is you got to move the middle one up. Now, the thing is, you have to calculate a little bit by how far you can do this. Because now, what you can do is you can go in and then just bring this up here again. Sometimes, as of now, you can see it does not really work exactly how it's supposed to, because the way the system kind of applies the distance. Like if I do it this way, you can see it's problematic. So you have to be a bit more careful. If we bring this down quite a bit more, we then will be able to more easily connect those two with each other. So there you go. You're going to do the same over here. And now you already have that perfect roof shape. And it's actually funny because you can obviously do the same with the outside too, and then bring the outside down. So the idea about this would be, you can just duplicate this if you want to, and then switch that around. So we have the straight edge, and we're gonna bring this all down quite a bit, like so. Maybe that's a little bit too much, and drag it out if you want to. So now that edge over here is what we need. Just gonna show that on one side. That's basically enough. And then you select the whole side, and you gotta attach that to yes. Yeah, sometimes, again, as I said, you have to be a bit more careful, because sometimes it even creates stairs like that. Obviously it does, because it's a bit too much. So what you would need to do then is just ever so slightly bring that up again, and then do the same trick again. Oops, wrong mode. So let's drag it over here, connect that, and now your whole roof is a little bit more pitched. You know, you could do that on the other side too if you wanted to, like bring it over, rotate it, and then bring that over to a position that suits the other side a little, like so. And now we do this again to the other side, like that, bring it down. And now you can delete these pieces. And you got like a nice little roof shape that would be very hard to do. That would be very, very hard to do. You could even make more crazy things if you wanted to. You could stamp like a little circle in the middle, for example. If you do like a smaller one, you can make like a pitch roof in a way. But that is a bit more tricky to do. It applies the same logic, but that is a little harder to do. So this way you have that roof. And now let's say you want to make that roof round. And you get the idea. You're just going to go to the roundish tool again. And then what you do is exactly like this. Brush over it. And well, actually, we can make that stronger. So here we go. And you can see it now has this almost like Asian type of roof to the sides. And you could do the same. Well, actually, you know what? I think if you want to get the same kind of Asian vibes to the outsides too, because it only applies now to these sides, makes sense. And yeah, also if you wanted to have that on all sides, rounded tool, you would need to just go into all corners, and then you have that perfect like little roof over here. And I kind of, I like that. Even from the inside, it looks good. And you could even, now that is obviously now fully up to you. You could go to the paintbrush and apply all kind of styles to it. If you want to make like a wooden roof, you can do it that way. If you want to make that a gravel roof, you can do it that way. And you can even like make this like a very yellow. Well, that's a bit too bright. Like a bright gravel thing like this. That's way too bright, isn't it? What about like, is that like a fake grass roof? Oh yeah, you can even do something like that. That's like kind of a natural roof. But you could also do, wait, what was that again? Invisible doesn't help you, but you could like obviously use the wood. And if you are on like it, this would obviously look really cool if you are on the grid like I did over here. And then you could always go in and, for example, say you add the curbs again. And then if you add the curbs again and get rid of the foundation, you get a roof like that, That is also looking pretty cool. You're ruining PZ for me now. Now I want PZ even more. Exactly. And I mean, what you could do now, imagine this is, okay, so this is actually pretty cool. Like what you could do now is, can I stamp the, okay, so this is the I'm not sure if it works. Let's see if it doesn't work. That's a shame. I thought with confirm, that's always to the ground. It's a shame. I was trying to get the circle in that way. But what we could do is we could do the following. Let's grab us this thing. Copy that over here. Quickly get rid of the roundiness. How was that again supposed to work? Like, oh yeah, there you go, 0. Okay, so now the roundiness, that's cool. Hi there, James Hayden. Good evening. How are you doing? So this is the straight thingy then, and what you can do obviously is you can now snap distance on. Let's go to a meter. Let's go to a meter actually. 1, and then we go to. Let's go here. And actually that should already, I'm just going to make that again. That should already give us that little tiny bit here. Yeah, there you go. We can grab that thing and have that also. Well, actually, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of the snappy grid. Hey, hold on. I need to have that one. Just grab that to me and not have the snap distance. Here you go. No snap distance. Thank you. And let's see if we can plop that in the middle. I hope I did. Yeah, there you go. That's now in the middle. The reason why I'm doing this is just to showcase, okay? Because now what we can do is we could go to the customize brush and we can say natural path, and then, okay, this is obviously too big. So let's see if I can hit that little bit in the middle. It actually did work the way I hoped it was. Because this is actually path right now, okay? So it did open that little spot in the middle. This is actually a pathway. And you could now, and this is exactly what I wanted to do, you could now type in glass, and we should have a round glass piece that should be fitting right in. So let's just do this, and then just about find the correct placement. Yeah, it will be somewhat like this, and then you make that, obviously give that a frame, and then we could create them like that. And now imagine this is imagine this is something where you have like a tank below, this would be a very nice little idea to create a cool little idea where you can look below into a tank. Or this could actually even be, you could even put like meerkats below or something like this. It would be almost like a custom little viewing dome, like just inverted, if you will. So like I never want anyone to shit on that path tool anymore. It is, I give it to you, you have to learn it, that's fine. But once you know what you can do with this path tool, this is beyond crazy. You can make the weirdest roof patterns with it if you wanted to. You can create like crazy things, and it didn't take that long, did it? It was relatively smooth. It is definitely faster than creating a roof like this with pieces. And speaking of pieces, you could always use that, obviously, now. And if I am, it doesn't even matter what I use right now. But obviously, as this is a surface, you could always use that as a guidance. Like if you are like, hey, I like this. How about building exactly this? You can use this as a surface, and then you can basically kind of build your roof from that. You know, it'll give you the guidance to create the shape that you've just done with the pathway. I find this very, very good. I find this very nice to be used. And you can always, what I also like to do, the vinyl path over here always looks really cool as a roof as well. Like if you paint that around, you can all do some cool patterns with this. Let's just do that very dark, for example. Oh, I halfway painted in. So there you go. Yeah, that looks really sick as well, you know, as if you were to go for a roof. And you could also do your own little kind of edges if you wanted to. Yeah, I mean, it could be two-sided glass. Anyways, guys, I need to say quick night to my wife real quick, so I'm gonna sit you into the coaster to have a bit of a ride here, and you will be enjoying a bit of the wing coaster stuff. And I'll be back in a couple minutes, hopefully with a snack, and then we will actually do the station after 1.5 hours. But that is just a Rudy stream. You guys know it. I'll be back in a couple minutes, so don't leave. Please don't leave me alone. I need you. Chat is important. Yeah, be back soon. are we crashing a lot into trees? You know, peeps gotta run. Have a good night. Joris, thank you for being in here. In case you still hear that, so we are crashing a lot in trees. You say, Kane. This ride, other than changing the color, I have not done a single thing about this yet. It's also not fully smoothed. It's also just, you know, there's a there's a lot not done. It's also still a little bit too close to the water eventually, and there the supports are crap. It's a lot to fix about this. But let's see. Oh, that one over here is also kind of creepy. That one is also kind of creepy. So let's see about. I counted at least 4. Okay, 4. Yeah, that is definitely 1 over here. This roll, by the way, is so sick. I love it. I love that. The transition into that one is not really. It's not really. That one is close too. That one might also be. Yeah, no, that works. That one is too close, way too close. You would even go into the trunk. What else do we have? So that transition is also not good. That support is going to hurt you quite dramatically. And then let's see where we go. Okay. So that one in the center might be... Oh, this on the right-hand side. Interesting. Interesting tree choice. Same goes on the side. Yeah. Evening Mineral. Also, Be Back Soon can actually get rid of my face. So... you know what's the fun bit about being parents? Every single evening is the same. Every single evening before going to bed, it's like where you get awake and start talking about all the things you need to do. It is so annoying. I think it's the most normal thing in life, but it's like ever since, it's like, I don't know, the last 3 hours of the day, you're just happy to have survived with kids and so on. And then eventually, just before you go to bed, your brain is like, okay, we have to talk about every single bit we're doing in the next 8 weeks. Now. Whatever. Okay, we are finally starting this bit over here. And... again... The idea is to make that centerpiece of the station really that little, well, not little, it's going to be like a huge stamp, trunk, stamp. Invader, good evening to you. You know, I'm gonna speed up so that we have a coaster train just going through here because I need to have the safe zones. So it's going to be stopping here and then stop it. Okay, that should be enough. That should be fine. Have some coffee. not again. Mineral, how are you doing? Are you looking forward to finally hearing about the next freaking DLC? I am. I need plank content. Planko content. I need plank content. Okay. Now, let's start with concrete. We have these wonderful concrete pieces. Grab one here. Then we need some... Nah. I like these things quite a bit. Yeah, I'm pumped. Yeah, same. 6 days. 6 days. I'm just gonna make this on my own building. It's gonna be good, guys. It's gonna be so good. I wish we could be... I mean, they have a great color. So it's also nice that they have this kind of flexy, kind of moss texture. You know, that dynamic moss texture on it. I really like that we have it. And it's also pretty good, to be honest. But I wish still that we would be able to recolor that a little, to be honest. So evening, I've been lurking for a while now, but I've been having a focus on the I have a coffee break now. Good. So coffee on the focus. Focus on the coffee and have a good one. Also, good video coming out this week featuring Taggy. Should be a good one. Oh, you got Taggy in. Oh man. So as much as I love your birds, you know, he's gonna make this look like shambles. It's gonna look like crap. It's always like whenever I am like doing something with like the platforms, and I'm like, this is the point where when Taggy is trying this, my stuff will look like a 3-year-old trying to paint versus like, I don't know, Monet or so. Why not build a cave over the way? It's gonna be somewhat like a cave. It's all going to look like within a tree. And that's the idea. I'm gonna set up recording software real quick. Also, I need to double check how much hard drive says. But just about a week or two. I'm not sure how long it's gonna be. But I will finally have my old PC set up again down here as well. So then I am going to have my own rendering PC. It sounds so wrong, to be honest. It sounds so wrong to have a rendering PC. But over all these years, I figured that this might be the one thing that accelerates my content production so much that I can finally do this stuff again. See, my biggest issue is that I have just a couple hours spare in the week to create content. It's like 1.5 hours per day maybe, and every single evening, except the streams by the way, but every single evening I have to decide, I'm going to edit and cutting things right now, or am I going to play? But with a rendering computer I could do one evening editing all the stuff and then plan the renderings for whenever I'm recording, so I can do this simultaneously without actually having my CPU heavy. And during streams, we could do some more fancy stuff on streams too, because then I can use the other PC to stream while we're playing on this one, which should also help to save some more of the performance. Yeah. Like Mineral, I'm not shocked. That's the problem. I'm not sure if he can still shock me. I'm at a point where I'm like, he's not playing the same game as we are. That's literally, I'm at this point. I'm like, I know if Taggy has something and a video of him is being released, I'm like, okay, well, most likely I'm not going to understand what he's doing there anyways. So I'm just gonna have a watch. And again, it most likely is exactly that. I have no idea what he's actually doing. That's what we call a layer data-driven interaction. Okay, well, okay, cool. I'm like, as long as it works, it's all fine. I just remember that at some point in the past, I'm like, I will never need something like that. I'm like, I'm never getting to a point where I will need this setup. I remember YouTubers years ago talking about this and were like, it's so nice having that one. I was like, dude, that is just, come on. That is just so over the top. That is just so ridiculous. You will never need this. Here I am, years later, I do understand them now. That's just kind of how it is, you know. I will say we're going to make this muddy, but the good thing is we can color these things now, which is kind of cool. It's kind of painted concrete. I like that. So that is good, but we need to still... Okay, so this is where we would need to go. Here we there go. I'm just going to make this a little smaller, so just add to that step a little. That's fine. And then we are going to make that follow this a little bit nicer over here. Dim. Oh, the Planko music is just so relaxing. I gotta admit though, the music for Planet Zoo 2 seems outstanding as well, but Planet Coaster 2 has also some great music, but nothing is gonna beat that Planet Coaster 1 theme. They have created an outstanding soundtrack there, I guess. It's really... Your reaction was so classic, but yes, it will save you a bunch of time. Yeah. That works, okay. I mean, as long as my reaction is classic and not stupid, I guess it's fine. It's just gonna go below here. Perfect. Look at that. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Let's just do this. I mean, if it's all layout down below here, it's all good anyways. This makes a lot of sense to me already. Maybe not to you guys, but for me, this is where we go. Okay, so in chat, guys, I mean, you asked me prior to this, but what rides do you want to have? What type of coasters do you guys want to have and do you need in the game? And what kind of features do you want? And if you're not playing Planko or you're still hesitant to playing Planko 2, what feature would bring you to play Planko? This is really interesting. Are there people who have never played Planko in chat right now? And if so, why is that? What would you need to play this game? Or are you just in general not a theme park person, which obviously is always a given and can always be, and that's fine, you know. Are you in for the building? What's your stance on that? I really would love to know. I really would love to know, because that is, for me personally, it's always so interesting to understand why people, you know, have certain certain feelings, certain behaviors, certain positions towards a game. A toad cart coaster. You can literally take any coaster and create a toad cart coaster out of Ice Cream Man. That's not a fair point. You can do this whatever you want. Just, you can turn everything into toads if you want to. That's the beauty of Planet Coaster 2. You can. If you feel like, you can. Okay, look, this is perfection. Now we can grab that one. And honestly, in this specific case, I'm like just bringing that one up as well. Just going to make sure that this is just about overlaying it. There you go. Perfect. Okay, what feature would make me play zoo expansion? Okay, so you are one of these persons, Kane, that I meant with you are not a theme park person. And that is fine. And that is absolutely fine. I've tried Planet Coaster, but I don't own it, but I do own PC1. What I hear is a new computer. Okay, fair point. I just wish I could have coasters and animals in the same park. Yeah, I'm also, okay, if I would need to take a guess, the strategy that Frontier seems to go is all into Planet games for the future. And my humble little opinion is, if they would drag out this whole strategy to, say, 2033, maybe, that would be kind of the area where I would guess that we are going to see a Planet Resort of some sort, and this Planet Resort most likely will feature both. Like, it's laying on the table. Honestly, if it would just make sense at some point to merge the games and enlarge that with hotel stuff and whatnot. I mean, who knows? Maybe next year we are going to see a Planet Resort that does feature on the resort kind of things, on the hotel idea, on the resort idea, maybe get like music and kind of whatever activities like jet skiing, scuba diving, all these kind of things that you would have in resorts, and then there would even be more likely to create that incredible game of its own in the future. That is basically the idea of a resort, and you can basically decide yourself what you want to do. And it's kind of like, maybe even, I'm not sure how technically that would work, like technology-wise, but I always thought like, this could be done in a way that if you own the games individually, that you basically buy the key to merge them. Like if technology went so far that they have a stable version of the engine that all games are running on, you could then kind of merge them to one game, but still sell this as 3 games, so that people who are absolutely not into theme parks could be like, okay, I don't need coasters and stuff, but I would love to have hotels and animals. So you get Planet Zoo expansion whatever you call that one. And for those of you who want everything, can just buy them all, you know? That is kind of the idea that just meanders in my mind. Not sure if that's a good idea, but like this is at least the idea I have about this. So that's kind of cool. This is like the little base over here, and I did grab that little rubber thingy. I don't want to attach that to the wingy thing. No, just come down here. Let's make that a little bigger. I just like that rubber thing as a texture so much that I want to have this even a bit more gray. I'm just like a big fan of that texture. I think this texture is like so theme park-esque for like the indoor areas of a coaster, you know what I mean? And then if we were to have that, just about... God, it's such a good texture. I wish we have like a plain piece of it and not a puzzle piece. Ah, it would be so good to have that as a plain piece. That would be so good. It's okay to have the puzzle piece, but I'm just like, yeah. I would love to see that as an individual piece, to be honest. Okay, we're gonna sync that in even more dramatically. So there you go. Yeah, exactly. These are, I mean, they are in fact these large rubber mats, and I am in love with those. But I would love to have like a plain version that is just edgy and no puzzle piece, so you can make some bigger areas out of it. There you go. Look at that. This is fantastic. This is exactly what I meant. This is giving the kind of vibes for like a, you know, maybe for like a maintenance area, whatnot. FAFO, what does it mean? Frequently asked, frequently offered? What? One of her friends was blowing into a smoothie cutter and then blew... Oh my god. Also, Mineral, I actually want to have a tease what you're doing. Where's this going? What's going on? Doot. I quite like that. It's fine. It's fine. I like that. Okay. What's the time? 1 hour and 47. Okay. Fuck around and find out. Okay. Well, that's okay. That's a fair thing to do. Fair. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly do the following. I'm just going to create a group out of that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say glass, because what we are going to have is a huge plane of glass in the center over here, and this is going to be that middle part of the tree we are going to have. And I guess I don't want to make this too tall, I believe. And we're going to have like from the pathway leading up to here, I think it would be nice to have it really in that position over here. That's a very good position to go with, I guess. That's a very nice position to go with. Okay, fair. And what I haven't done actually, I think I have not really put down place entrance. So the entrance needs to go somewhere over here right away. But that's fine. The plaza over here is meant to be that way. Place exit. So the exit obviously is going to be somewhat over here. People get out. It could be center. Why not? It could be center. And then place staff exit. I think I'm going to put the staff exit all the way to the side over here. That is where it needs to go. Vidwit Taggy is in Silver Sands. Ooh, ah. Okay, well, I have an idea then. He didn't. Oh, come on. I mean, he did already do that custom flipper thing. Which... Alpha Hirsch, have you played Planet Zoo franchise mode? No. Oh wait, no, that's not a let's play. More or less let's build. I have a couple of franchise modes that I played, but all of them are more focused on really building rather than playing, I guess. Wait, Tiny Zoo was one, I guess, and the Lost Aquatic Land. Though those are the two I would call the best for reference. So yeah. Do I need to? Okay, it does work. I could actually merge this into one group. Would make things a little more easy to do. So there you go. So let's just grab these pieces and turn them a little bigger. Not too much bigger, but like a little bigger. And then I'm just going to put them around just so I have something. That's not, it's just for the beginning, you know? And then we have these things that I will then need to make a little thicker anyways. Wait, there you go. Hold on, why is this? Okay, that's why. Okay, we have to just like kind of start out and find out how exactly the form is going to be used with these things. Because I want to have also like a nice looking inside, so I might actually try to create somewhat of a structure for me that I know how to work with. So that is a good piece. That piece over here could also become very helpful if I were to. Yeah, that one could be good as well. I just need to tilt that somewhat. Here we go. That's okay. And then there you go. That's okay. That is obviously a piece that would be somewhere attached to the sides over here at some point. Or maybe we can make the some point already now. So I have a kind of a reference where some of the branches would go to see where I need some support for that also. I guess, yeah, why not? I mean, it may need to be a little up higher here anyways, so just so it doesn't get into the viewport too much. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's a fair height. We have more than these of these, so let's actually try to get another one in already. I feel almost like this one can be one of the feature pieces here. And again, the inside will be fairly interesting how this is going to be done, but that's a me problem for later, I guess. Where's my drink, by the way? There it is. Okay. So has anyone said anything about what rides you want to have in there? Like, there's literally no one said anything about what you would have to in the game, right? Other than the Toad card. Guys, come on, help me out. What do you guys want to have in game? Because like there is so much potential still for Planet Coaster 2, and I'd really love to know what you guys wish to have in game. So. So, that's nice. I vote the Toad card. That's not how it goes. You gotta come up with something on your own, please. Digging the spooky forest vibe there. Yeah, it's actually going to be very fun. It's like all the kind of mystical kind of forest idea. What even is the Toad card? Oh, I don't know, man. That's literally the only idea we got. I'm not sure why. I said that earlier on stream, and I will still stick to that. Like as much as I'm living the vibe of Planet Zoo 2's announcement, like seeing how people were absurdly hyped for that was obviously very nice indeed. But equally, I'm feeling terribly bad at the moment for the Planko fam, because it just goes to show how little interest Planet Coaster 2 is just like sparking people anymore. It's like really, as much as it's incredible to see where Planet Zoo 2 potentially will end up being for Frontier, and by that I mean potentially the best game they have in the roster, compared to the revenue potential because of not having an IP in there. It's just so incredibly annoying to see how Planko, at least interest-wise, money-wise, we've seen it's doing not too bad actually, but like interest-wise, it is ridiculous. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe console numbers are better than I think it is. But yeah, it's devastating to see. I will keep saying that. It is devastating to see. Because, yeah, this game is just so good. It is just so freaking gorgeous. It's so fun. You can do so much. And it's such an improvement over the first game by now. Like, I don't need to mention how much I've been negative about this game at the beginning, which it absolutely deserved. And I will always say that. But yeah, man, come on. That's now a long time ago, and they have done their fair bit to improve the game. So please get some people back as an interest. That would be fantastic. Seriously, don't start the toad. Well, time out. I want more flat rides. I have really wanted since the beginning a Mac powered coaster. Oh, Mac powered coaster. I'm with you. Yes, absolutely. Please. We actually, in general, Mac is really underrepresented in the game. Is that like a spooky face in there intentionally? A working Vekoma madhouse. Oh yeah, like these kind of things I do see for the future as well, like madhouses and stuff. This is a creepy face in here. I guess that's intentional, right? I've never seen that, but there's like a creepy face in here. Really love that. Yeah, it's very difficult for them to win everyone back completely. Fixed sentiment. They do seem to be doing slowly. Yeah, that's the good part. That's definitely the good part. There is some development that seems to be. I mean, at least money-wise, it seems very fair play to them. Seems to work kind of well because it showed in the numbers. But yeah, personally, I mean, I see my numbers, I see everyone else's numbers, I speak to other creators, I, you know, obviously listen and read the comments, and I mean, I have got more views on a good Planet Zoo 1 video that is about the oldest Planet game at the moment, and it easily has more views than a brand new Planet Coaster 2 video, and that is, yeah. Joris, thank you for the follow, by the way, in case I didn't say that already. Yeah, it's just sad. It's just sad. Don't start the Toad stuff here. Okay, wait. We had that comment, right? But back to the madhouse. The madhouse idea, I'm more than digging. I absolutely love the madhouse. We actually had one right around the corner in our neighborhood here. There is like a little, as we call it in Germany, Tierpark. It's like a little wildlife reserve, but it was also turned into like a kids' pleasure area with a lot of playgrounds and stuff. And they actually had a good old Vekoma madhouse over there. Unfortunately, it's torn down now, but that was very fun to have. I'm still so surprised to why there was one over there. It's like it used to be a tiny theme park. I'm not even sure if in the past they had ideas to make it bigger. Might actually be. Guess the problem is that you can do a lot of stuff, but you have to do a lot of stuff on your own because of the few presets. I mean, and this is definitely something they have tackled with the latest DLC and updates always. They have brought a lot of, like, I was confused about the free update, that the free update had like so many blueprints, because I personally don't need them, but like seeing how people were so positive towards that one, I also learned that like there's a huge demand on new kind of blueprints, just like blueprints in general. Blueprints, more and more blueprints. That looks kind of shabby from the outside over here. I gotta fix stuff. I gotta fix that. It's not good. I mean, it can be a little like that, but I do need to fix that eventually. The question is the texture good enough if I do it? If I make that like super huge, I think it will work. If I kind of create a bit of a pattern here, like so. And then just intentionally make that look a little bit like so. I think that works. Hold on, how does that look from the outside? Ooh! Ooh, I like that. Also, in terms of rides, I would really like a ride from Disney Cars and Test Track. Oh my god, I've always wanted something along the lines of Test Track. Always. Like, really, that thing. I've been on that one. I've been one of the few lucky ones because I've been there just about when it's been opened as well. It's been so good, and Test Track is so good. So good. I remember that I was just able to get on it, like height-wise. That was really good back in the day. Long, very long. When did it even open? That's quite some years ago, isn't it? Thank you, James, and have a good one, you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, really do appreciate, and I do hope you are going to have a fantastic day, evening, night, whatever it is for you. Yeah, thank you so much. Did I use that one, or did I use... Which one did I use that? Okay, let's use this one instead. Okay. I quite like that. I think this is about the height I want to go for. And I think in order to make this look a lot better, we need to just about rotate this thing in. And just move that into here so it's... Is that too close? No, it's not. It's actually working pretty well. So that is fine. How about we make that like... I mean, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double this, I guess, double down on it, and then I might need to... Yeah, I think that's fine. It's looking better when it's darker inside, I'm sure. But this is actually going into the right direction. This is exactly what I wanted to do with it. With that like spooky vibe over here. We just need to now get like a roundish open vibe on it. But we are going to make this relatively easy, I guess. So now what we have to do here is we just need to create a bit of a nice idea about the patterns. And what I do think I need to do is I need to just get a bit of roundiness in here. Just that will do it. That'll do it. That will actually do it. Just about so. Yeah, that's looking good. No one wants to spend 3 hours creating the perfect coastal layout. Some people just want to quickly play something and have something that looks decent. Blueprints are needed for casual play. Yeah, I mean, I always said that. Remember when I had this almost like a Rudy TED talk in, what was that, Tiny Zoo? I think it was Tiny Zoo where I had my first big talk about that Frontier needs to absolutely double down on blueprints and stuff and make it really a lot more approachable for people. And I still stick by that. I still absolutely stick by that. As much as I love being able to create all of content here, and it already starts with that weird logic behind it. Like, you know, you create that coaster house over here, or whatever station it's going to be. And can you brush flower fields? Yes, I can. Do you want to see that? I would love that. You want to see that? Just going to create one over here. Hold on. Just gonna go to scenery brush, and then over here I have like a lot of custom ones. Let's have a look. So let's increase the size. So I have one that brushes a couple of, what did I call this one? Timber mountain shrubs is how I call them. What else do I have? I have tropical dens. What is this? Oh yeah, that's okay. Let's just get rid of that one. Let's increase the intensity and line to surface and size like so. This is looking like this, like a bit of a tropical brush going on over here. You can also have like small stones. I have them always for like the beach sides, like here, for example. You know. And then what our tutorial? That's my tutorial brush of just some low green shrubs. If you need some green shrubs like here, you can do so. Just like, you know, for the lakeside, if you wanted to. Just kind of brush that in, you know. You could always like also brush in between if that's needed. So that's kind of cool. You can do that. What else do I have in here? Ash trees, low shrubs too, bracken. Bracken is like kind of one of my go-to things as well. But I did create like a flower one, which is I did that in the German tutorial. That's why it's called Blumen. But you can obviously just about paint flowers as well, and then you know you just have some flowers. You can also get relatively precise with that. You know, if you turn them all smaller, you can also make that like this. And then have like a very nice little flower bed, as you can see. That's as easy as it goes. And you could also go in and edit that one. And then you can say, I just want to have the flowers all the way the smallest way possible. Let's just do it that way. I do hope the game doesn't crash, because it may crash right now, guys. Oh god, that could be stupid from my side right now. Okay, it worked. Because I had some issues with the mod lately. That if the mod is in, it did crash my scenery brush, but it seems to be fine. Now, as you can see, all flowers are a lot smaller, and you can get even more precise in if you wanted to. And you can also create your own brush. You can ignore scenery. Ignore scenery is relatively important, because if you have scenery avoid in, then you can't paint with your brush into another brush. Then it's just like you can't paint in the middle. So yeah, that's a bit, you can set a lot of things over here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I should have worked on that a lot more obviously, but I also have like a pebble brush over here. That one is kind of hilarious. These are apples, and the apples, my idea always was like you can select them and change the color of those. And then if you make them like, okay, well, maybe not that color, and you make them this color. Oops, hold on. A pebble-ish color, like so. And then you scale that all the way down, bring that down to the ground. You have like a bit of a pebble idea, and you could then just bring something like this in here, and that. Yeah, and you could even try to merge the color if you wanted to. Like something like that is, I guess, good. And then you have like some 3D effect in that if you're really keen on having. I do sometimes just like to have that little bit of 3D looks to it, you know. And then this is just how you could do that. How many pieces can you put? I have not really tested what the limit is, to be honest. So I can't really tell you. But you have to be. Oh my god. You have to be a little bit careful, because this will increase the amount of pieces you have in your areas rather dramatically. I mean, check this out. It's 345 pieces, let alone for that little bit I put down over here. So as much as I love the brush, it comes with the caveat of being rather heavy on pieces. So yeah. That's that. Joris follow, I already said. I heard a little note. I didn't know what exactly that was, so I thought someone was subbing or so. Okay, now let's keep on going with the. Yeah, I know. Oh, is that no hard drive space? Wait, hold on. Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. I thought my hard drive was running full yet again, but it's not. I have to do the following. Switch that around a little. Let's have a look. That this is almost same height. I'm gonna get rid of this in a second. I am just willing to get this piece here sorted. This is just a little guidance for me. Don't worry, it's not going to look like this. It is just about a bit of a guidance for me how I want this opening to look from the tree. So it's going to be. It should not be a perfect circle, because trees are not a perfect circle whatsoever. So I'm just going to have a bit of a random guidance for me here. So there we go. That should be fine. And then I can get rid of this piece here, because that is obviously taken up too much. Okay, cool. This is really good, because that is just giving me that idea to, like, if the coaster comes passing by here. Oh, it looks surprisingly well from the inside. Hoe, what kind of hoe? Garden hoe? Garden tool. Garden tool is very good. How many pieces? How many pieces? Yeah, I've not tested this. I should eventually do this. Okay. That is fantastic. Now what I need to know is how big can I get these pieces? Oh, nice. Because what I want to do is I want to make that tree continue to the backside here quite a lot. And in fact, I want to make sure that this looks almost like as if this tree is part of the entire scenery here. So it's going to be somewhat of a root, like some really big roots that are being laid over here. So something like that is good. And for the moment being, we're going to move that tree somewhere else. It's going to look a lot better eventually here, but I just want to make sure that this is about right. What I want to do with these things. Yeah, that is about it. So what we can do then relatively easily, should be doable, is just duplicate this thing and then just about scale it smaller. I mean, bigger won't work, but why is this flicking around all the time? Like this one can be here and then just tilt it a little more. So here goes that. And it's kind of cool because the moss is being more prominent on these pieces depending on the angle you have it. So that is hopefully also looking a lot more interesting then. So that root kind of thing goes like so. And okay. And we can have this. Come out of here too, like that, and then we can just break with it as well. And then let's actually grab another one, and we can scale that thing all the way up, and then just have that one tilt inwards too. And we're gonna create like a bit of a nice part that is connected here, and hopefully so. We're gonna use the it's looking a bit odd with this face being now covered in moss over here. Not gonna lie, that is not how I envisioned that to be. How did I know you were Dutch by just ho instead? Is Dutch also so simple to be recognized? I don't know. Me as a German, I'm not even going into that game of, oh, that language, blah, blah, blah anymore. Because people always tend to be like, oh, you're German, I hear that. Again, and then like, I'm already out of the conversation because I'm like, I just please just don't annoy me. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to do the following now. I'm just going to grab that piece. I'm just going to scale you up a little. And I'm going to build like a custom little wall piece that is going to be used throughout the station. We have to eventually change this a little up here and there to not make it too repetitive, but I'm willing to just about have kind of a nice, kind of a nice wall piece set here that is hopefully kind of nice looking, doing what it needs to do, and also versatile enough to be used throughout the entire station. You know what, we can actually work with this piece too, so it looks a little bit more varied. So it doesn't really matter how it's looking from the outside, it can also look like this from the inside. Moin moin there, Nigo, how are you doing? How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Okay, so this is okay, this is pretty good. I'm just willing to push that down a little, and now all of that goes around to have a nice little curvature in here. And you know what, I'm just going to tilt this even more so inwards. Okay, so that is the kind of wall set we have, and that little transition in the middle looks a bit odd. We have to fix that. Hopefully that just works by plopping down one thing like so, and maybe, yeah, we have to, I mean, we have to get more of these in anyways. So I will need to break the mood eventually, but this is just kind of what I want to go with for now. So we are going to plop this wall in everywhere where I think it's needed. So this could be like the smaller variant here, and we're just gonna have this continue through here. I think, is this too close to the... This is relatively close, but I think I'm gonna go with this. This is fine. And now what we need to do is just open that up a little more. And then I'm just like, this is big enough, right? I don't want to make the station any taller than this. I think I don't want to make the station any taller than that. And I'm also like trying to get this sneaked in here like this. And by a good usage of other pieces, this will potentially look kind of good. I want to make the front of the station look a bit more like a proper building. But I think for that area here, that is about what it should look like. And I'm also willing to just give this area here a bit of a glow up by not using too much of the side. The cool bit is we can make these things look so much better by just adding some random clutter here and there, and it's going to look immediately loads better. But yeah, as I said, I'm just willing to prepare a little for here. We can also have that to the outside. I think this is also going to look kind of cool. As for the tree itself, so almost like as if the tree is growing like that a little, you know, that should be about working. I'll have a look into that one. Fricandle fingers, that's a nice wording. I've never heard that before. Both keeps interesting what comes out. Okay, look at that. This is pretty much about what I wanted it to look like. First time joining live. Happy to see you in action. Thank you very much. Welcome on in. Hopefully you like what you're seeing. It's a bit of a different one today. But again, hopefully you are happy about what you're going to see. So that is about the broken tree in the middle. I think it's going to look fairly good once it's done. And we are going to have that one as like a wall pattern here too. I'm also like, I'm not entirely sure if I will keep this looking like this from the outside too. The only thing I want to have is this going to be inside of a somewhere. I'm not sure if I put like maybe a second kind of tree on this side. It could also look like really cool if that would be two big trees kind of falling down next to each other, or we just make that meander into something else. I don't know. Maybe that's a better idea. I'm not sure yet. But I think it could be fairly cool if these were two big trees and then just have something a bit in between as well. Just making sure that this looks kind of interesting. So here goes that, and then let's see how much more I do to this side. I'm not sure, like it might actually be a bit too much, but just having a bit of a nice station design is going a long way, you know. And even though this might look very repetitive to you right now, which it is, it's going to look much better soon. Okay, I'm willing to keep it this way for the moment being, just as from the inside, so I know exactly where stuff is. It's looking majorly repetitive right now, but we can fix that by having a couple pieces just out of here. I think that will immediately look kind of cool. Having some holes here and there will be fun, you know, like little holes here and there. That is already pretty good. That's a pretty interesting. And then we can grab ourselves some of the pieces here and then just scale them, just flick them on here and there, just like some bark pieces, you know, like this. So that already is going to break the mood quite a bit. And some can actually be a little bit sticking out. Why not? This is going to be different here anyways. We can see how much we can scale this up like this. We can also have some stuff on the ground. Why not? Wait. Why not? I mean, this is kind of a station. We can have whatever we want. Why not do this? Have like a bit of moss pieces here and there. And we can have that in there too. We can even have this like that. Oh, yeah, we're gonna hide them. We are going to so hide them, Kane. I hate them too. Like, you know that I do hate them too. They look so freaking ugly. So let's just about have something like this here. And here. Where else? Well, where else can we have this? So this is what I wanted to do here. So just about. This should be fine. Like this. And then we're going to rotate that one in. So just to fill that gap in. So that was meant to be. I wanted to have like that little edge here. And then can I have maybe this one? Maybe this one is fitting in like this. Yeah, exactly. And then scale that up. It's gonna be exactly fitting in. I love that. So you go around that corner. It's looking fairly interesting indeed when you look inside of here. We have to just kind of get this closed here from the side, which might actually be possible. You know what we could do? We could try to get this thing also differently done. Let's just do something else with this. So what about having that same thing 15 degrees rotated in here, and then do the same 15 degrees rotated in here. I'll just get rid of some pieces like that. Also maybe, yeah, like this. That should be fun. Have I done a sip of water here? No. Maybe there's a sip of water. I'm running out of water. That's not good. But we're also not streaming for that much longer today. I need to cut some other videos as well, and I want to go. I was about to say go to bed early. That is a pretty joke because it's not early anymore anyways over here, but you get the idea. You get the idea. That is working way better than I thought it's gonna be. Oh my god, that is exactly how I wanted it to look. Ooh. So that closes off that area so nicely. Okay, this is exactly what I wanted to have. Now, the next important bit is we need to get the pieces. And I think at this point, I'm just going to start putting these ones in a bit nicer. I think what we need to do is to get these things significantly bigger and start laying out some of these items that just connect nicely to it. Yeah, that is perfection. That is absolute perfection. And now, if I am going to have that, let's see if that still works for the station. It doesn't. That's a fair problem here. But if I move it like this, that is still working, and it does create some cool looking stuff from the outside. Awesome. You're a camel. You should be good for water for a very long time. That's true, actually. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. So what I'm also willing to do is I'm also willing to have like terraform go in here a little to support with the idea of this area. You know, we are going to have not everything is done with like the roots and stuff, you know. We just gonna make also some stuff like this, and it's gonna look much better once there is a lot of terrain support in here. That should then hopefully like this make this area also look kind of nice. We're gonna make this a lot smaller, so it's, yeah, there you go. You got a little effect going, and then, you know, you just have these things, and now we should be able to really get these effects in. Intensity goes all the way higher here, so just like with the darkish color, there we go. We just kind of have a bit of grass merged into it, and just like so, just kind of getting these color effects in. And I think these soil debris, mud, actually, mud, I don't know if mud makes sense. Just gonna make this, there you go. Yeah, it does get nice textures. Some really nice textures that we have over here. But yeah, you can see how much this is elevating the looks of it. And the whole station and everything will get, like, the whole effect of the station will be so cool. That looks like two crazy eyes over here. Ricky Ventura. I'm just slapping pieces down. I mean, I have the vision in my mind. That is true. Like there is something in my head already that exists. I think that's kind of a helpful thing to have. But yeah, I mean, it's not that easy. It's time consuming, and you got to have that idea first. And to be honest, that is maybe one of my biggest strengths. In a way, I have too many ideas. I've just like literally too many ideas. If I could, like, this is the one thing where I would not have a problem to become a full-time creator. Like, I do know that full-time creators most often have issues to continue because they feel like burned out, because they don't have ideas, and it feels almost like certainly too much like just work, which, to be honest, that is still a thing that could happen to me too if I did it, like that it all at some point feels like work is almost happened to me already with like doing it just next to my job. However, when it just comes to ideas, I think I have a backlog of ideas. I could do 10 years of full-time creator and I would still not be done. I would still not be done with all of the ideas I have. Not even remotely. That is, as great as it is also kind of a very annoying situation to be in. I literally could sit down today, start building for the next 10 weeks straight, 10 hours a day, easily, and I would not even be halfway through my list of ideas. And that goes for not only for Planet Coaster too, but that goes for Planet Zoo, Prehistoric Kingdom, Jurassic World Evolution. I think the most ideas are for... Actually, I don't know. I would say they are for Coaster, but that might actually be a lie. I think I would need to look into my secret list, but I think the most ideas I have are for Planet Zoo. I actually think that's true. I think I have the most ideas I do have at the moment, at least. And that is not to say Planet Zoo 2. That was already the list I did for Planet Zoo 1. I just never got to doing these ideas. I just never got to do these. Like, never, ever. There's that one thing I wanted to do. I just completely... Do I say this now? Yeah, I can give that away. A, not many people are watching. And B... I guess I will never do this. I had that idea to kind of build a map that looks from above like planet Earth, like the card, you know, the lands, like the map. Just that's what it is. And I wanted to then put the animals in the right regions where they live, you know. The problem is, it turned out to be way more complicated than I thought because the maps are way too small for that idea. So I think generally the new sanctuaries or wildlife reserve maps could be a suitable size for that if they are bigger. I mean, I haven't seen them. Unfortunately, I haven't seen them in the offices too. So I'm not entirely sure if they look like as if they are bigger. Yet I don't fully know for sure. So... I'm not sure if that makes sense. And then, but the problem about the sanctuary would be that you cannot have all animals in there, you know. I have many ideas as well, but I lack the skills and patience to make some. I mean, yeah, skill, I don't know. Patience, I somehow have. Not sure where this is coming from. It's not necessarily a treat of my family, though. How does that look from the inside? Is it... Ah, no, that works. Generally, I think I could even try to make this darker. I would love to have a bit more area where shadow plays a little bit more of a role. It's definitely too bright for me still inside. And also, can I, as much as I like the idea of that being a face, I kind of dislike how that looks over here. I'm almost tempted to put a couple of bark pieces in front of it here. Just to idle that out a little. That looks immediately better. Just gonna do the same on here as well. Like, just... Well, there you go. Just have another one. Just like so. I think that's much better. Yeah, it takes away from that little face look. As much as I like this face hidden in here, in that corner, I don't need this anywhere else. That wall is very helpful, but not for over here. Just going to move that out of the way. looking at this, I'm very uncertain at how I want to make the sides of the station. Personally, what I think could look the best is to put earth on it, to make it look like as if this is like an overgrown little hill, like earth or grass. Do we have grass piece, or can we get it look like grass? Hold on. We do have the planters, and one is flexicolor, the other isn't. That's the flexicolor one. And I'm just like wondering, how would it look like if we would make that look green like this? And then the question would be, let's have a look. We would need to make these kind of, it's not the right green tint, no worries. But I'm willing to see how that goes if I do it this way. And then, bloop. Thank you so much for whatever this is. Is that a like? Is that a follow? Is that a membership? I have no idea what the sounds are like, so please don't hate me for that. I'm just like, whatever. Or like a wobbly topside that resemble roots. Yeah, I don't want to get to, that's what I meant. The roots are kind of nice, but I don't love them. Is that do you understand what I mean? It's like they look okay for the tree idea. They don't look necessarily good enough to me personally to have them everywhere, I guess. So, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Create a group. The music. Did we run out of music? Yes, we did. Then we have again. I actually had a similar idea to do a line by counting all animals to correct relations. I was able to outline the whole thing on a map with all animals accounted for, but it was cramped map and my computer couldn't keep up with the idea, gave up. Yeah, exactly. This is also why I told this idea. I think it's genuinely one of these ideas that you really could come up with. I have a long list of ideas that are totally stupid. They're like super stupid ideas, but I still love them. Yeah. You can never have too many rocks. No, rocks you can never have too many. That's true. Rocks is absolutely doable. Now we're gonna make this less of a curve here. I quite like the idea. So if that is this, we could then just put that down here and have it then, by like a rock color. Let's do 101. So we have that then slightly curled down here. That's fine. We would need to make that overgrown on both sides in order to make that look good. I'm just like wondering, I do like the idea to have that. I think this is what I'm going with. Now the question is, what would we put on in terms of grass of whatever stuff? We could go with the good old bracken, I guess. This one, yeah, that one never would look good. We could go with the bracken and we would need to use maybe this one scaled very small. That one would absolutely work. Yeah, I think that's the only piece that works from the bracken. We could also pair that with the hardy ice plant. I think that one is also a good candidate for here. I think it almost is going to be like a mixture of both. And I'm willing to make this really mixed in between here. Hopefully that's going to look good eventually. Whoa. Yeah, the alignment is a bit tricky here. It's kind of not cool that I need to whatever. We just have to see that it's... I'm gonna put some individual bushes on here eventually, but nothing sticking out to the inside. No, that's fair. So that can look relatively good. Now, the only thing I need to fix now is how can I make this hang over here enough that it looks like actually as if it's overgrown with grass. Una kommt übermorgen. Übermorgen. I think that could work as an overhang too. Yep, that works. I think for the moment I do go with this setup. Is there anything else I could use? I mean, these are flexicolor too. Those could also look like good grass if I am being honest. I mean, they have terrible LODs. That is my biggest gripe with this piece. I hate that. The LOD is so shit. But it does add at least a little color variance to it. So I'm just going to push some of this bit in here. Like, just so it has a bit of a nice pattern. Why is this still... Rudy speaking in code. No one knows what he said. What code? Oh, you mean German because of that one, yeah. Una means that's the German series I'm playing right now, the management series. It's like Una is like a German city, very much like super Ruhrgebiet, super urban, super kind of yeah, very dirty Germany. It's not dirty Diana, it's dirty Germany. Why on earth? Okay, we don't have... Dim, 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 dim. And that is also... Is that this one? No, what's that? What's sticking out? It's this piece again, right? Yeah. Oh, I never understood those pieces. They look weird. The wood moldy pieces from Sorcery Pack. Yeah, I mean... Is anything else sticking out here? No, it's not. Okay. Cool. Excuse ya? What? So, this is kind of okay. Because now I can grab the whole thing and just move it further and ever so slightly tilt it. No, ever so slightly, not like with the... So, I'm just gonna... I mean, it's kind of a problem though, because it's not looking like grass. It's looking overgrown. That is fair. It's definitely looking overgrown enough for me. So, it's looking fairly decent from the inside. Awesome. It's looking still terribly repetitive from the upside, but that's okay. We're just going to... We can actually... It should work if we just rotate that once, right? Yeah, no, that doesn't. Okay, but this is looking pretty okay to me. These little bits can be fixed easily, I guess. Because... Wait, hold on. Are we clicking on grass all the time? Okay, we might actually do some roots or some wooden beams in here to fix that. But I think this is good. You know, that's a fairly decent idea to get this in. And I think it hugs this very well. And I'm actually also not too sad about these ones over here. You could technically select a couple of those easily. I mean, these are the ones that you click the first anyway. So these have the selection box. So what would be easy now is to just go in and make these all darker, right? Wait, how much darker do I need to go then? Oh, that is about the darkest I can get. Oh, okay. I can make them blue. I can, okay, so what I can do is to get a different shade in, but not darker than this. Okay, whatever. Then I have to mix some other stuff in. That's actually shabby. Okay, hi there, Planet Stefania. How are you doing? How are you doing? Do we like this, guys? What do you think about this? I'm quite okay with this. I think this is a good, I mean, yeah, LOD wise, this is terrible, I guess. But also we need to do things to make it not like, you know, apparently it looks a little bit repetitive, which is something we have to fix. Yeah, you know, that is something we would fix over the time by having some more roots in between, just making things look nicer. You know, we will eventually also have something like this, that there is like a root. Let's just put that already in to showcase what I mean. We would have a thing like that, and then this would potentially be rotated in that direction, and then, you know, break the mood already by being in like so. I think that is pretty much what we would have it. Yeah, that is cool. That's kind of cool. And then we could also, I think that would look fun if we had, and now let's say, where's the rose bush again? Rosy bush, there you go. This rose bush is just peak. I love me that rose bush thingy. Yeah, it makes actually kind of a cool canopy. I miss my good old random rotation from Planet Zoo. I must admit, there is I wrote this to Frontier already quite a bit. I think the random rotation in this game is, for me personally, it's kind of not usable. I have a huge issue with the random rotation in Planet Coaster 2. And I gotta show you why. So what we used to do in Planet Zoo was basically we spammed pieces like these and we used the random rotation. And the problem is, as you can tell right now, there is a maximum of like what kind of angle you can have. And now, as you can see, it will always random rotate on all axes. But what we would need is a fixed z-axis, because I want to only rotate this while aligning to the ground, but it's not. It's not. It's just randomly rotating. Or is it working if I do align to... No, it's not even... Is it even... Wait, I need to check that out with this piece over here. I think it's... Okay, so if you align to the surface, it does work. But if you do disable align to surface, like that, your piece is all over the place. And I want to lock the z-axis actually. I mean, it's good to know that when you have align to surface, it works. But I would need to have that locked at all times, you know. There you go. Rosebush, my friend. When did you start annoying me all the time like this, Kane? I mean, you did in the past, don't worry, I know. But like, when did you start to just really go onto my pronunciation so much? What you have against my German pro... Oh, wait, see, that's what I meant. Or is there like another mode? Yeah, no, just give me... Oops. We all work with align to surface. We don't. At least I don't. And I'm sure Mineral doesn't too. Mineral, you need to support me here. Nah, but I just like, yeah. I think what I will have is eventually have some bushes like this in here too. You can also have like the turned down like so. Okay, I have to say, this looks really damn cool. If this is done at the end, it's gonna look really cool. Like we have some bracken then down here as well. And then, oops. I like this bush in here as well. Gotta say something to get moving again. Yeah, that's fine. It depends. You say depends. It depends. When you're in Rudy's stream, it doesn't depend. It doesn't depend. Then it's just support Rudy. That's what it is. I'm just kidding. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. No, honestly, I really am. I don't rotate in circles though, but I am a fan of it. Let's see that we can Just gonna grab that one and we're gonna clean that out a little. Whoops. There you go. Gonna clean this from the ground. I thought about this. It's like, yeah, the hitboxes are shit boxes, but I am willing to fix that real quick. Wait, okay, that was a little too much. Can I have that a little? There you go. That's about as much of a fix I need. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna dig with it. I'm just gonna throw in some more of the stuff myself here. I can leave it as is because I will actually make this look better on my own anyways later on. So let's bring that over. Pulls out book, bad joke. Yeah. I wonder if I would need to make that a tiny bit bigger on this side though, just to cover a little bit more of this area here. It's like here. Did I? Huh. Wait. Can't use it this way because I certainly... Wait, hold on. Is this... Okay. Let's see, they definitely have to... Is the grid slightly off? Oh my lord, it is. Of course it is. What did I even think? Why would it actually work, right? Is this too much of a gap here? No, now it's working. Of course, the grid was broken. What did I even think? Of course that's not gonna work. Oh my god. Okay, so here, about here-ish, we need to... Yeah, we need to do it here and start here. You know what, we can... I would love to bring it over here, but that is a little too much. I will need to fix this myself, so I'm going to... Do I want to have the station semi-open like this? I almost feel like that's a very cool way of doing it. So how about have this enhanced move? Oh man, I love it too, but it seemed a little complicated to me. And I'm just, at the moment, I'm really not in the mood to learn to learn more. I'm like already refusing to getting the too much scaling, just because I know how much I could never play without it anymore, and I'm just like fearing Frontier's next update is maybe going to pull the trigger on that one, which I do not hope they will, but you never know. And yeah, I will say this is pretty amazing, and I am going to do the following. I'm just going to grab me that. I'm just going to pull that out, and let's see if I can keep that canopy a little further to the front. Ooh, yes. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. So there we go. And then we're going to get rid of... Yeah, the question is now, how do I select these pieces? Can I... Do I have to go into that? I think yes. I think that works, okay. At least that works a little better than I thought it was. Yeah, come on. Come on. I need you, icy plant. There you go. Okay, so that's fair. And now let's have a look here. There you go. And I think... Gonna move these, all of these up we go, and now let's just move them all up here. What's that piece though? Why is it still okay? That's this piece. May actually just rotate this back, yeah, and then this one the same. In the meantime, I only use the scaling mod in one project. Oh, you do? Yeah, it's like... I don't really know why Frontier isn't allowing us to just have it, because it seems like not to break too much in general, and I'm like, come on, Frontier, just be good and give this tool to us, right? Can I at least... Yeah, okay. There's like 4 and 5. It might actually already be enough. So let's just bring this in like here. Rotate this. Try to find a good angle. And then... Oh, guys, look at that. Okay, now this is pretty cool. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have everything overhang here a little nicer even. Like this is some bracken stuff, fair enough. And then let's see if we can get some of these ones where also below there. Yeah, we would need some cooler pieces than that one, but so here we go. That is really... Yes! And now, let's actually grab some stuff like that one. Scale this up. Have you be... Yeah. This is looking much better than I thought it's going to be, guys. This is actually going to look a lot better than I thought it's going to be. Let's find a spot where I can have this one without it being too annoying for the queues. So this is where the people queue. Yeah, that's where they queue. So that means this is where they don't, right? They queue here and there. So yeah, I think I need to take that gap over here because that's sideways the way it is. And then we... Oh man, I wouldn't just... Yeah, it needs to be a little smaller so that we can... Here we go. That's exactly where it is. Ah, I wish to... Okay, I guess what I have to do is to bring that up like so. How did you do that, Kate, Cowgirl KTM? I literally cannot see your message. It's like empty. How did you get an empty message done? And I think if I... That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That is really cool. And now let's just see if I can draw out the... As if this is part of the branch here. Like so. And then have another one. Maybe that one. That goes in here, and then it's an animated emote. Okay, well, I can't see that in this chat over here. What is it? Yeah, I have to fix that situation. It's kind of annoying that I cannot see your emotes or your reactions or your point thingies, the point redemption. Gotta fix this somehow. Oh my god, the LOD. The LOD is insane. Wow. So we did this, guys, in about an hour. I am a little bit shocked right now of how good that looks. I will have to say, this is a little bit confusing to me. Like, honestly, I will have to... Yeah, that's exactly the corner I wanted to put it into. And that is about exactly what I needed. Oh my god. We could even now have like a little bit of tree. Come on. I have expected to have a foundation to go from, but I didn't really expect to be at that point already that this vision works out so super well. I think what I will need to have is a bit of a nice little tree part coming up from over here, which could be exactly what I just did. So I think, oh my god, not the path, not the path, please. I'm just gonna get rid of these pieces here. Just gonna copy this one over because the idea I had over here is kind of cool. So let's just rotate this bit and see if I can fit this exactly into the corner like I did with the other side. I just need to make sure that, yeah, something like that works. So obviously that would crash then into the structure, but if I meander that over, pull that up a little, that could be a really cool piece for the side. And if I just ever so much slightly bring that back, that's kind of cool. It's giving these kind of vibes for the corner. And then it also gives me the option to have a little bit of a bigger tree part in the back here. So if I do copy that around and just about rotate this, whoops, and have that come in here, and that's exactly what I needed. It does definitely need to look a little different though. So that I need to copy a few more instances of it into each other. Like that. And I think what I'm going to do is I need to just scale that a little out here. And rotate it all the way. Looks blooming decent. I see what you did there, Mineral. I do see what you did there. Okay, so that is working fantastically, and I think what I can do is, hold on, I need wait, am I in the wrong building? Hold on, this is the piece I wanted to have. So can I scale this out and looking for, it's getting a little bit now important to get this into the correct areas. I think that is working because we will still have that owl. We need to have like an owl sitting in here, and I'm not entirely sure where exactly it's going to sit, but I feel like it will be, I mean, the best way to put the owl would be somewhere in the middle. So something like a branch that is creating a bit more of a nice shadow for the inside, and would actually create a nice area for them to sit on. Could be that one. And it looks good from the inside too. Creates like a nice little bit of shadow. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's the perfect moment to end it, guys. I'm rather confused to how insane that is looking. That is very surprising. I'm just wondering if is that like the whole building I did? So, like, okay, so I could try to rather quickly grab a fair bit of it like this, and then with this bit in mind, hold on, let's just get this out of the building, but we're going to move this rather over here. I think you can't really scale this much upwards, but you can scale this down, and then you can one hump or two. No, that is a bad edge. Oh god, oh my god. Okay, but exactly what I wanted to do should work instead. Okay, this is working. So I could bring this in like so. I mean, yeah, sure. This side over here would need to be cleared. Like this. And like so. So that the coaster obviously can pass by relatively nicely. But I think as for the, oops, pairing with the other tree, like that, and then if we were to add those two into a building and just kind of try to have like a smaller bit of it that isn't touching. Yeah, I don't, you know, maybe it needs to go somewhere and just kind of make the whole thing way smaller or something like that. And then that could be it for like behind the station in that area here. Yeah, I would need to change a couple of things to not make it like super repetitive looking. You know, I think I could easily just kind of get in and delete a few fair bits. There you go. And if I were to add a couple more, okay, that doesn't work obviously, but if I were to add a couple more and have that roof in the middle go in, that would be looking freaking awesome. So if that roof is going to be continued through, we've got all these walls to embed that, and then we would do the rest with like terraforming over here. We can just quickly see where this is going. Let's actually do a bit more here. So almost like, because terraforming can create some really cool looking, almost like tree root-esque, you know, terraformed stuff. So I think I will actually try to do that. So obviously it's a flying coaster, so we need to give it a bit more space here and there, but you know, that could definitely work. And then just like so, build that out. So this is that. Yeah, I mean, because P is silent. Oh my god. Are you guys getting into the dad jokes kind of stuff? Okay, you see, this is what I would need to do here. And then let's get all the way smaller, all the way higher intensity, so that this is going to be used exactly how it needs to be. So then I could just try to get in as if the roots would then go, you know, below there, and then just how it is in real life as well, you know, have these. Yeah, it's time to end. I know. But I think I'm going to go exactly with this idea here, guys. I think this is the final idea to go with. And then this is going to look really good when you know, as if all the roots were below here, and then that's really cool. And then I were to just try to, like that, salt debris in the middle, just getting this all to look good. And we can obviously have a lot of roots and moss pieces in between here that just should then also give it the extra look. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to style that next time around. But yeah, oh my god, that looks so good. It just really emphasizes on the idea of all of it. You guys had a very good idea. I think it also suits this park very well. You know, paired with that like very like city-esque, but then if you go into the woods and so on, that is where some like creative stuff, mythical stuff like that is being waiting for you. And then if the owl is sitting here in the middle, there's like a proper queue line in front of it over here, some little bits and pieces, some benches and so on. That would look really cool. That would look so good. Okay, never mind. Let's stop the recording, save the park. Let's call that tree station. Confirm. Is it saved? Yep. Okay, guys, that has been it for today. 3 hours, 4 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate that. Was a fantastic stream. I know Planet Coaster is always not that busy, but still, I enjoyed it quite a lot. We got surprisingly loads done, despite the fact we did fix some paths as 1.5 hours. That is just stupid as hell, but we did. So that's good stuff. We did some good work. Really do appreciate. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. That it's fun. Thank you for the subs. Thanks for the follows. I do see you not tomorrow, because we've got a birthday here tomorrow that we will celebrate. So maybe on Sunday, maybe on Thursday, I will let you know on, or Tuesday, I will let you know on the wonderful Discord channel. So if you're in, you will know. I talk to you in the next one. Have a good time and goodbye.